Hey, everybody. Welcome to day 508 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. It is Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. And as for the sales goal, we met it yesterday. I don't know how. But we did. That's 3 days in a row that we have met our daily sales goal. So I think that streak is ending today, but yeah, I'm not sure even how this is happening because very few sales are coming in, but I guess they're the right dollar amount to get us where we need to go. And yeah, so things are going along. I am all reset to zero here. And I did even spend 5 minutes starting to reset the space behind me, clean up some extraneous items. I still have a pile of mail to go through and bills to pay and all that fun stuff. But I'll get there a little bit at a time. Slight edge it, chill, drink. All right. And this kind of ties in the slight edge to what we're going to talk about. There is a quote, Gandhi. It is action expresses priorities. Action expresses priorities. And yeah, all right, that makes sense. That makes sense. But how does that, what is that? What does that mean? Like, what are you doing on a daily basis? Are your actions aligning with your priorities? And we've all heard like actions speak louder than words. Oh yeah, they don't even speak. They do. They are so much louder. We always say think it, speak it, and the most important part is to act it. But are your daily actions aligning with your priorities? Are they aligning with your goals? Are you doing the things day in and day out that will get you where you want to go, that align with who you want to be? Like what are those things? And I think it's all become very crystallized for a lot of us that are doing the 12-week year program because we have those, and the people that have read The Slight Edge, we've done that in book club several times. And, it is all about those small daily actions, not big events, not big sweeping statements. So, what is it that you are thinking about? What have you been thinking about? What is kind of, well, like, do you have this idea? Do you have this vision? Do you have this goal that has just been, maybe on the forefront of your mind, maybe in the back of your mind that you've been thinking about, something you've been wanting to, try or to reach for, and it's like stuck there in your head. Maybe you don't want to say it out loud. Maybe you don't want to act on it. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're scared. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we've all been there and, have had things that are just in our head that we don't want to say out loud or that we're fearful of, or maybe we think somebody else is going to, find it stupid. Um, I've had that experience with reseller reflections. Sometimes it's hard, like have this idea. So this concept was, let's see, I think we went to visit Diane in March, if I'm not mistaken. And it was in June that I started. So, this concept was, in my head for a long time. And I was even afraid to put it into words because I thought this is silly. This is, I don't know what the purpose is. I mean, some of that was fear of what people would think because this is, kind of on a public, anybody can watch it. What is that thing for you? I would be surprised if everybody didn't have one of those things that we've been thinking about and, hesitating on, and really our actions are not aligning with our priority. They are not aligning with our vision. They're not aligning with our goal. So what are those priorities? Do you have them written down? Do you know what they are? Maybe start with the priority and then make sure what you're doing on a daily basis is actually aligning with those priorities and who you want to be. And, I want to be a successful reseller. So what are the actions? What are the actions that align with that? It is, consistent. I don't want to say daily. I don't do it every day, but consistent listing. Um, making sure I'm listing the right items, making sure I'm doing the right, all of those right things. But, the actual daily actions are fairly simple, right? It's when we think about the overall concept, the whole thing, it can be quite overwhelming. But when you break it down, what you actually have to do day in and day out, it's not that bad. And those actions are where it is. And there's a million different ways of saying this. We've talked about it in all sorts of ways. But I think in the morning, when you think about maybe your intention, what your priority is, think back, walk it back, what you're doing, every hour of the day, are those actions you are taking aligning with that? If you want to live a healthy lifestyle, are the actions you are taking in alignment with that? Like, what is the action you are taking? What is the action for the thing you want, or the thing um, you're striving toward? So let's think a lot about actions. We say think it, act it, or think it, speak it, act it. So maybe you're in the thinking phase right now. Maybe you need to speak it, and then you have to figure out those actions. And like I said, it's not one big, I know it's all of our, and with the new year going to be coming up before we know it, we think about those big sweeping New Year's resolutions. And, I don't know. I have mixed thoughts on that, because most of us don't stick with them. But it's great to have that big sweeping idea, but really it's in the action and the actions you are taking every single day. I think it's a great reminder for all of us. So action expresses priorities. I'm going to say action expresses priority, because I'm not in love with the idea of the word priorities. As we know, it didn't enter. I've said this before, but I just find it absolutely fascinating that it wasn't until the 1950s that actually the word priorities even existed. I think priority is a much better word and a much better frame of mind to be in, rather than priorities, because it can be overwhelming. So I'm going to go back, at least for this, to the 1950s. And yeah, we're going to say priority. All right. So go ahead, take those actions, and I will see you on day 509 of Reseller Reflections. Night, night.